The Berenstain Bears. The Berenstain Bears. Count Their Blessings. When I was young, the Berenstain Bears were some of my favorite books. Some of them. I had a couple different favorite books, but this was one of them. My mother loved to read that to me, and I began to read it. And then, I don't know that you know this yet, I built my own school in 2007. It was an English as a Second Language Institute. English as a second language. And I was living and working in Bloomington, and Indiana University, the Kelley School of Business there, has a really big relationship with the Uido University in South Korea, and also with the Samsung University. Yeah, just like the appliances and the electronics. Samsung University. And I was working there in Bloomington, and I had a very bright and intelligent MBA student come to me and ask me to teach him English to improve his English, and that's what I did. And that one day turned into about 175 different students, little kids ages 3 and 4 all the way up to adults. I was a busy guy. And with the children, with the Korean children, which, by the way, you can maybe learn to speak Korean too. Haguguda hasuisinida. Chogumyo. I would read the Berenstain Bears to them, because it was my favorite book, particularly the children. Sometimes the adults, though, too. So, this one is titled, see, I always put my name. I always write in my books. There's Daddy's name. And so this one's titled, Count Their Blessings. Count Their Blessings. Mama, said Sister Bear one day after school, may I go over to Lizzie's house to play this afternoon? Yes, you may, said Mama Bear. But be sure not to leave a mess for Lizzie's mom, and be sure to be home in time for supper. As Mama watched Sister skimping happily over the hill to Lizzie's house, she sighed. She knew exactly what was going to happen when Sister got home. And it was just when she got home from Lizzie's. It always was. It was the same thing when she got home from Anna's too, and Queenie's as well. Anna's got her own phone in her room, Sister would complain. Or Queenie's got her own phone and her own TV in her room. But Lizzie's was the worst. That was because Lizzie had the biggest collection of Barbie dolls ever. But you have a Bearbie doll. Sorry, I said Barbie. Bearbie. Bearbie doll, Mama would say, and your Bearbie doll has lovely clothes. But Lizzie has lots of Barbies, complained Sister. She's got high fashion Bearbie, super sport Bearbie, tropical Bearbie, motorcycle Bearbie, and just married Bearbie. Ooh. And just married Bearbie has a whole trousseau. Then Mama usually said, please, Sister, I've heard quite enough about Lizzie's Bearbie collection. It wasn't much better with Brother Bear. Of course, it wasn't Bearbie dolls with him. It was video games for his Game Bear player. When Brother came home from Cousin Freddie's house, it was, you ought to see how many video games Freddie has. He's got Space Avenger, Rocket Rangers, Killer Coyote, and on and on and on. Mama looked around. Where was Brother? She asked Papa Bear when he came in from his shop for a tea break. Brother asked if he could go over to Cousin Fred's, he said. I told him sure. He'll be back in time for supper. There was a distant rumble of thunder. He added, there must be a storm coming. That's right, thought Mama. With sister at Lizzie's and Brother at Fred's, there was bound to be a storm coming. A storm of complaints about how many Barbies Lizzie had and how many video games Fred had. Mama got upset just thinking about it. But as the thunder got louder and the storm came closer, she began to worry. The word upset. Notice it's underlined. Koreans don't understand what the word upset means. They know sad, they know angry, they know frustrated, they don't know upset. She was about to call and have the cubs sent home when she heard them coming up the front steps. They came in the door and ahead of the rain. It didn't take long for the complaining to start, though. Lizzie just got equestrian Barbie, Aunt said Sister. It's brand new. It comes with riding clothes and a beautiful horse. You think that's something, cried Brother. Cousin Fred's got 3 new video games. 3! Now look, you two, said Mama. I've heard quite enough about what you don't have. It would be very nice if you would start appreciating the things that you do have. Start counting your blessings. Like what? Said Sister. Yeah, said Brother. Like what? Just then there was a big streak of lightning, followed by a big clap of thunder. Kaboom! And the rain started coming down very hard. The cubs weren't exactly afraid of lightning and thunder, but this looked as if it was going to be a really big storm, and they were a little nervous. Well, said Mama, like this warm, cozy house that protects us against the weather. That's one blessing. Now it was really pouring. The wind was whipping the curtains and blowing rain into the house. Mama and Papa rushed about, closing all the windows. There was another lightning flash and another thunderclap. Kaboom! Kaboom! And we have each other, said Mama, bringing the cubs close. That's another blessing. That's when the biggest lightning flash yet lit up the sky. It was followed by a clap of thunder that shook the very air. Yipe! Cried Sister, jumping into Mama's arms. Help! Cried Brother, jumping into Papa's arms. And you've got a Mama and a Papa who love you, said Mama. The lights started to flicker, then after a few flickers they went out. And you have a Papa who knows how to make a fire in the fireplace, said Papa. Soon he had a cheery fire roaring. And Mama who knows how to make cocoa over it, said Mama. She hung a cook pot over the fire. Soon they were sitting in the glow of the fire, sipping hot cocoa. What a blessing that was, she said. The storm kept getting worse. The lightning flashed brighter and brighter. The thunder crashed louder and louder. That last flash seemed awful close, said Sister. Kaboom! Nothing to worry about, said Papa. It was at least 5,000 feet away. How can you tell, said Brother. Easy, said Papa. You see, sound travels a lot slower than light. So when you see the flash, start counting the seconds. 1, 2, 3, until you hear the thunder. Then you figure about 1,000 feet per second. Just then, there was a flash. The cubs started counting. 1, 2, 3. On 4, there was a big thunderclap. That flash was about 4,000 feet away, said Sister. Very good, said Papa. Outside, the storm raged on. But inside their sturdy treehouse, the Bear family was cozy and warm. As the storm grew worse, they sipped cocoa and counted out the thunder. The counting helped. Papa explained what lightning and thunder were. Lightning was a big electrical flash that traveled between storm clouds and burned up in the air. Thunder was the sound of the air rushing into the burnt space. That helped too. Gradually the storm eased. The rain slowed and stopped, and the lights came back on. The Bear family sighed a big sigh of relief. Then Sister started counting again. Why are you counting, dear? Asked Mama. The storm is over. I'm doing what you said, Mama. I'm counting my blessings. So while Papa set the table and Mama started supper, Sister went upstairs to play with her Barbie doll, and Brother tried to reach the next level on one of his video games. You know, my dear, said Papa, there are birthdays and Christmas coming. Do you have any ideas for gifts for the kids? I thought perhaps a just married Barbie for Sister and a couple of video games for Brother. That might be nice, Mama said. What do you think? I think we should count our blessings too, said Papa. Happy Father's Day, August 11th, 2021.